interesting to have a storytelling volcano. Her name's actually Heather Caldera, which you all know is the cauldron of the volcano. So because Heather is a first-time storyteller, I want you to say how much of a welcome can we give Heather?
About 4 years ago, let me work this thing. My husband and I, we made this big decision. We really, really wanted to move back to Vermont. It's been a while. We had this vision. We wanted to have a free-range, fair trade, organic, sustainable, gluten-free, organic, recycled, upcycled, artisanal life. So here we are. And in keeping with all that vision that we had and mission, I was about 6 months tobacco free and about 35 pounds overweight. And I got here and, there's the beautiful nature, and I'm going to get in shape. Unfortunately, there were 3 barriers that were significant to that goal. The first one is, I don't like to exercise. The second one is, I've gotten injured in gentle yoga class. And the last one is, I have some real principles against running. But I lucked out and I found this really wonderful wellness coach that I worked with. And she inspired me. And I started to run. I'm not kidding. I started to run and go to Pilates. It was amazing. And I started to feel strong and energized. I was meditating and eating right, and life was good, you know? And that's when I succumbed to peer pressure. And I joined a thing with my friends called boot camp. Now, for those of you who are unaware of what non-military boot camp is, just so that you know, it's basically BDSM without sex. It's where you pay a dominatrix who forces you to abuse yourself until you're in shape. Well, I got injured at boot camp. Apparently, there are no safe words there. But I healed up and I got back on the horse again. And by gosh, I just could not lose that weight. I couldn't do it. I was so frustrated. I tried everything. I was just so frustrated because I wanted to look good, you know? And then something really, really amazing happened. I was diagnosed with rectal cancer. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. You know, it was very interesting coming out of the anesthesia from my colonoscopy, and the surgeon was lovely man. Was telling me, well, how we should proceed, and you know how your brain is after all that and all this news. And strangely, what I heard him saying was, "This is how we're going to fix your ass." And so to me, the correct response to that was, "But doctor, I'm supposed to get new tits." Because you see, everybody in my family gets breast cancer, including my uncle. I had no frame of reference for rectal cancer. I was terrified. You know, I had no idea what to expect. I was supposed to wear the pink ribbon. I was supposed to have the cool cancer, but instead I got the shitty one. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, I just learned so much from cancer. They say it's a gift, and I'd rather have diamonds, but I learned a lot. The first thing is, well, I'm not going to live forever. You really learn that when you get that diagnosis. I also learned what was really important to me, and I also learned that people truly are intrinsically good and kind and generous and loving people, because I have to tell you that when people found out that I was going through treatments for cancer, they sent me cards. People I hadn't heard from in years, letters, came to my house to visit, sent me flowers. I had people praying for me in countries that strangers I had never known. You know, I couldn't get over. I was amazed at the outpouring of love and support. But the thing that was most amazing to me is that when people hear that you're going through chemo and radiation, they bring you weed. Who knew? But anyways, the good news is that after only 2 surgeries, chemo and radiation, I met my goal weight! Right? Oh my goodness. But the only thing that I didn't appreciate the gift of was advice. I got a lot of weird advice, and you know, things like, you should probably not do that whole medical treatment thing. You should do acupuncture or rolfing or see a shaman or become a vegan or go to acupuncture or see an herbalist, or, you know, and those things, a lot of them are really helpful to me. But when my back was up against the wall, what I found out about myself was that I wanted to hear from scientists and really long-term cancer survivors. And, you know, it's not that easy to find them. And even in my family, riddled with cancer as it is, but my dad was actually the longest cancer survivor that I've known. And so I looked to his life as an example of what I should do and what path I should take, because goodness knows I was completely at a loss as what to do. Of course, his was different than mine. Mine, of course, led me into overcoming my fear of death. You know, we're all afraid to die. I'm not. And I think the cancer treatments are designed for that, because they make you so sick, you embrace the idea of death. You know? So that was a gift, I suppose. But soon after my recovery, I learned a new fear, and that is of not having a bathroom when I needed it, where I needed it. And people complain about who should use what bathroom. I say, dude, let's just have more. Okay? Let's have more bathrooms. And my dad, his advice to me for his life is, when he found out that he had cancer, the doc said, we'll do some chemo and some radiation, but with these things, it's about 18 months. His response to that was, well, hey, doc, I mean, in no disrespect, but I'm gonna live to piss on your grave. And he did. 35 years later, you know. What did he do? Well, his diet, a lot of red meat, deep fried seafood, and extra salt. Exercise, well, a lot of upper body work, because he increased his scotch intake about 30%. Almost there. What about spirituality? Well, the ocean was his church, and he spent a lot of time there. Check, Dad, I got that. He quit his high-stress, high-paying job, and he took a job for very little money that he loved. Okay, Dad, poverty, I got that, check. And the last thing that I remember my dad doing is he never ever, not one time, even considered quitting smoking. Thanks, guys.